When life refuses to move, move yourself. There's a quiet moment in every person's life where they sit down, stare at the ceiling, and ask a question they've been avoiding for years. Is this really how my story will end? Not with fireworks, not with applause, just waiting, wishing, and scrolling through other people's highlight reels. In Nigeria, that moment hits even harder, because here, life doesn't just refuse to move forward. Sometimes it looks you dead in the eye, folds its arms, and says, "Oh yeah, now, let's see what you'll do." And many of us just stand there, frozen, hoping that one miracle will magically drop from the sky and fix everything we've been postponing. But life doesn't work that way, and deep down, you already know it. The truth is simple. Life will not shift for you until you shift yourself. But let's go deeper, not in that corny believe in yourself way, but in the real, raw Nigerian way, the kind that stings a little but wakes you up. Chapter 1. The moment you realize nobody, absolutely nobody, is coming to drag you out of the pit you've been sitting in. Family won't magically make it easier. Friends won't hand you the life you keep imagining at night. Society won't somehow pause and wait for you to catch up. It's an uncomfortable realization, but it's also the beginning of every meaningful transformation. Think about it. The strongest people you admire today started rising the exact moment they accepted that they had one option left: move or remain trapped forever. Most times, the enemy holding your destiny hostage isn't wicked relatives, village people, or one unseen spiritual attack. Sometimes the enemy is the version of you that keeps saying, "I'm tired. I'll start next week. I don't have the perfect tools yet. Let me pray first, maybe God will just handle it for me." And God, in his gentle but slightly sarcastic way, is probably looking at you like, "My child, even Moses had to raise the staff before I parted the sea. Do something." Movement attracts miracles. Stillness attracts regret. Chapter 2. Your real competition is the person you see in the mirror. People lie when they say they're competing with others. That's the cover story. You're not competing with your classmates. You're not competing with your coworkers. You're not competing with your online peers who seem to achieve 15 things every hour. Your real battle is with the version of you who refuses to grow. That version of you loves comfort. That version loves procrastination disguised as planning. That version loves complaining more than taking responsibility. That version says, "I'll do it later," fully aware that later is just code for never. Every day, you wake up and meet two versions of yourself, the one you're meant to become and the one you've been dragging around for years. If you keep choosing the weaker one, don't be surprised when your life remains stuck in the same circle. It's not a curse, it's repetition disguised as destiny. The biggest plot twist of adulthood is realizing that growth is painful because it requires you to kill your old self again and again, the same old self you've been protecting like a family heirloom. You say you want a new life, but you keep acting like the same person. How exactly is that supposed to work? Chapter 3. Everything you want is hiding behind discipline. People overhype motivation. It's cute, but temporary. Motivation is that friend who hypes you today and disappears tomorrow. Discipline is the friend who doesn't care whether you feel like it or not. The work must be done. If your entire life is dependent on feeling motivated, then good luck, because feelings are the most unreliable things on earth. Today you feel like conquering the world, tomorrow you feel like sleeping beside your problems until further notice. This is why some people make progress and others don't. Not because they're smarter, not because they're richer, just because they kept showing up. Discipline is the foundation of every great life. Not prayers alone, not talent alone, not inspiration alone. Discipline. Wake up when you should, do what you should, Stop entertaining excuses. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop confusing movement with progress. You can run in circles and still stay in the same spot. Discipline is boring, painfully boring, but it's the road that leads you out of mediocrity. And the people who eventually make it aren't the ones who had it all figured out. They're the ones who were tired of their own nonsense.
Chapter 4. Your environment is shaping you more than you think. You can't grow in a place that keeps shrinking you. If you surround yourself with people who gave up on ambition 5 years ago, don't expect to magically become the next big success story. Their mindset will rub off on you, slowly, quietly, and before you know it, you'll start speaking their language. Me? I'm just managing. Life is hard for everybody. At least I'm not as bad as others. Those sentences are silent chains. Your environment feeds your mind the way soil feeds a plant. If you stay in the wrong soil, your potential will rot before it even sprouts. So ask yourself, are the people around you watering your growth or choking it? Some friendships feel comforting but are actually deadly. Some people love the older, weaker version of you because it makes them feel better about themselves. But once you start growing, they'll accuse you of changing. Yes, you're changing. Congratulations, it means you're alive. Growth demands sacrifice, and sometimes that sacrifice is the company you keep. If you keep choosing comfort over elevation, you'll stay exactly where you are, surrounded by people who applaud your stagnation because it matches theirs. Chapter 5. The Myth of Next Year I Will Start. Ah yes, the famous Nigerian declaration, "Next year I will change my life." Meanwhile, the same sentence has been recycled for the past 5 years. Next year never comes. Tomorrow never comes. All we have is today, and today keeps passing. One of the greatest lies we tell ourselves is that we have time. We postpone our dreams as if life has promised us an extension. We act like the clock is our friend. Meanwhile, it's running at Olympic speed. If you want to change your life, stop treating time like an unlimited resource. People think regret comes from failure. No, regret comes from what if, maybe, and I wish I started earlier. Imagine how different your life could have been if you had started that habit 2 years ago. Imagine the skills you could have mastered. Imagine the doors that might have opened because you never prepared yourself for them. Time doesn't wait for you because you're scared. It doesn't pause because you're unprepared. It doesn't slow down because you're overwhelmed. You either move with it or get left behind by people who decided to start when they were just as scarred as you, but did it anyway. Chapter 6. Pain is part of the process. Stop running from it. Let's be honest. Growth hurts. It hurts to face your weaknesses. It hurts to confront your laziness. It hurts to break habits that have become comfortable. It hurts to let go of people who refuse to grow. It hurts to silence excuses that have protected you from responsibility. But pain is a teacher that never wastes your time. People avoid discomfort so aggressively that they don't realize that their comfort zone is slowly suffocating them. Comfort isn't peace. Comfort is a slow, quiet death disguised as softness. Every successful person you admire walked through pain. Not around it, not over it, through it. Pain sharpens you. Pain matures you. Pain clarifies what matters. Pain forces you to become someone you never believed you could be. Stop treating pain like a punishment. Sometimes it's the only thing pushing you out of stagnation. Chapter 7. You don't need permission to start. There are people who have spent years waiting for someone to validate their next move. Maybe they're waiting for family approval, maybe for financial perfection, maybe for emotional perfection, maybe for God to send a WhatsApp message from heaven saying, "My child, start." But destiny doesn't work like that. You don't need permission to begin. You don't need applause to begin. You don't need full confidence to begin. Half confidence is still confidence. Use it. Start messy. Start confused. Start scared. Start uncertain. Start with trembling hands if you must. What matters is that you start. Because once you take the first step, the second step becomes clearer. Life rewards movement. God blesses action. Opportunities appear for people who refuse to sit still. You don't need the whole staircase before you climb. You just need the first step and the courage to lift your foot.
When you decide you're tired of your old life, there's a turning point in every journey. A moment where you stop negotiating with your excuses and finally say, "I'm done." Not done with life, done with stagnation, done with waiting, done with watching other people live the dreams you talk about, done with the recycled habits, the predictable failures, and the yearly resolutions that expire before March. That moment, that breaking point, is the birthplace of transformation. Most people assume their life will change through some dramatic miracle, a jackpot win, a random opportunity, some sudden destiny upgrade delivered overnight. But the truth doesn't work that way. Change doesn't come with a trumpet. Sometimes it creeps in quietly, the moment you choose discomfort over laziness. Chapter 8. The Art of Getting Out of Your Own Way. A shocking number of people aren't blocked by external challenges. They're blocked by themselves. And no, that's not an insult. It's a wake-up call disguised as honesty. Think of how many times you've wanted something badly, but still sabotaged yourself. You said you wanted to save money, but impulse bought snacks like you had an unlimited budget. You said you wanted to wake up early, but you set 10 alarms, ignored all of them, and even negotiated with the last one as if it owed you money. You said you wanted to start a business, but you kept researching until the research turned into procrastination wearing a fake suit. You're not lazy, or rather, not in the dramatic, hopeless way people assume. What you are is overwhelmed. And when people get overwhelmed, they freeze. Almost like a computer that has too many tabs open at once. Sounds like a metaphor, but honestly, it's exactly how life feels for many adults. The solution? Stop trying to do everything at once. Start by getting out of your own way. Break the big goals into small, doable steps. Stop chasing perfection on day one. Stop trying to finish the whole journey before you even start the first step. There's power in simplicity. There's clarity in starting small. And nothing builds confidence faster than small victories stacked over time. Chapter 9. The Silence of Responsibility. There is a strange quietness that enters your life when you finally take responsibility for where you are. It's not loud. It doesn't come with drama or tears. It feels more like a gentle but heavy acknowledgement. My choices brought me here, and my choices will take me out. That's one of the most mature sentences a human being will ever say. Most people fear responsibility because it removes their excuses. It removes the cushion of "life is happening to me." It forces you to confront the reality that no matter the hardship you faced, and yes, you faced plenty, there are still decisions within your control. Responsibility is not about blame, it's about ownership. The moment you stop assigning your failures to the government, your family, your village, your ex, the economy, or your past, you unlock a new level of power. It doesn't mean those things didn't affect you. Of course they did. Life has thrown you some heavy punches. But responsibility says, I can't rewind the past, but I can rewrite the future. When people accept responsibility, they stop waiting for favorable conditions. They adapt. They strategize. They find a way. And that is the mindset that separates dreamers from achievers. Chapter 10. The lonely part of success that no one talks about. Everybody loves the idea of success until they see the loneliness that comes with it. Ask anyone who has truly changed their life, they'll tell you the same thing. The road to success is quiet. It's not crowded. People don't clap when you're in the early stages. In fact, they don't even notice you. Some will misunderstand you. Some will mock you. Some will ask you why you're doing too much. Some will even feel threatened the moment you start breaking old patterns they were comfortable with. This is the part people don't prepare for. But here's the twist. Silence is not loneliness. Silence is growth. When you start improving your life, you'll spend more time learning, planning, working, healing, and restructuring. And that process naturally pulls you away from unnecessary noise. It's like a tree taking root. The deeper the roots go, the quieter the ground becomes. But the deeper the roots go, the higher the tree can rise later. Don't fear the silence. It's not rejection, it's preparation. And the day your results start speaking, the same people who questioned your journey will claim they always believed in you.
Chapter 11. Confidence is built, not donated. Some people are waiting to suddenly feel confident before they take action, as if confidence is a spiritual gift that drops like manna from heaven. Confidence doesn't appear out of nowhere. Confidence is earned. You gain it by doing the things you're scared of. You gain it by showing up even when you don't feel ready. You gain it by taking risks that stretch your identity. You gain it by failing and discovering that failure didn't kill you. Confidence grows when you stop running from challenges and start confronting them. Every time you face something difficult, you're teaching your mind a new truth. Hey, maybe I'm stronger than I thought. And that thought is the seed of self-belief. Confidence is evidence from your own life that you're capable, not evidence from motivational videos, not evidence from people's compliments, but evidence from experience. So if you want to build confidence, stop waiting to feel bold. Do the thing first. The feeling will catch up later. Chapter 12. Dreams die in rooms where they are never spoken. There's something strange about dreams. They survive criticism. They survive doubt. They survive hardship, but they cannot survive silence. The dreams you never talk about, those are the ones you abandon. And no, you don't have to announce your plans to the world, but you must declare them to yourself. Write them. Say them out loud. Remind yourself daily. Give your mind direction. The problem with many people is not that they lack potential, it's that they've forgotten what they want. Life overwhelmed them, bills piled up, responsibilities multiplied, and slowly their imagination shrank. If you're not careful, adulthood will bury your dreams under routine. But here's the thing. Dreams don't disappear. They wait. Sometimes they wait for months, sometimes for years, but they wait for the day you're ready to revive them. So speak your dreams, reignite your desires. Let your mind remember why you were born with ambition in the first place. Nothing grows in silence, not even the future you want. Chapter 14. Comparison is the thief of joy and destiny. Scrolling through social media is the fastest way to develop unnecessary depression. Everyone's life suddenly looks perfect. Your age mates are achieving things you're still praying for. People younger than you are buying cars while you're battling transport fare. Somebody just posted their soft life morning routine while you're fighting with your alarm clock like it's a personal enemy. Comparison will destroy your energy faster than failure ever will. The truth is, you don't know their full story. You don't know their sacrifices. You don't know their advantages. You don't know their private battles. You don't know what they had to lose to gain what they're flaunting. Success is not a race. Destiny doesn't operate on a single timetable. Your journey is not late, it's unique. Focus on your lane. Water your own soil. Let God and time finish the rest. Envy slows you down. Comparison weakens your spirit. But gratitude and consistency, those ones will take you far. Chapter 15. When you finally decide to take yourself seriously. There's a different fire that lights up inside you when you finally realize, nobody is coming to build my life for me. I have to do it myself. This is the moment your priorities rearrange. The moment you start saying no without guilt. The moment you stop explaining yourself to people who don't contribute to your growth. The moment you stop wasting time on distractions dressed like entertainment. This is the moment you take yourself seriously. And once that shift happens, people will notice. Your decisions will change. Your habits will change. Your vocabulary will change. Your standards will change. Your lifestyle will change. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you finally met the version of yourself that refuses to settle. Taking yourself seriously means committing to the life you want, not the life you are handed by circumstance. It means waking up every day with intention, even if you're tired. It means investing in yourself, even if it's inconvenient. It means choosing growth over comfort, again and again. Your future depends on it. Your peace depends on it. Your destiny depends on it.
When you finally rise. There's a point in every story where the character you've been following stops being a victim and becomes the architect of their own future. That's where you are now. Everything before this, the frustration, the waiting, the excuses, the confusion, all of it was the build-up. The part of the movie where the audience is shouting at the screen, thinking, just stand up, just move, you're better than this. Now the camera finally zooms in on you. The soundtrack shifts, your spirit rises, and you realize something simple but powerful. This is not your ending. This is your beginning. Chapter 15. The day you decide you want more. Some people never rise because they never admit they want more. Not because they're humble,
but because they're scared. Scared to want too much, scared to dream too boldly, scared to claim a destiny that feels bigger than their upbringing, scared to admit they're meant for more than survival. But wanting more is not greed, it's awareness. Think about it. A seed doesn't apologize for wanting to become a tree. A river doesn't apologize for wanting to reach the ocean. A child doesn't apologize for wanting to grow. So why do you shrink your desire every time your spirit tries to expand? Wanting more doesn't mean you hate where you are. It means you recognize your potential. The day you truly want more is the day you stop begging life to change and start demanding it from yourself. You stop scrolling for inspiration and start creating your own. You stop fantasizing about opportunities and start building the skills to attract them. You stop wishing for strength and start practicing discipline. You stop rewinding the past and start confronting the future. Wanting more is the seed. Discipline is the water. And your life, your transformed life, is the harvest. Chapter 16. The War Within. Every major turning point begins with an internal war. The fight between who you've been and who you're becoming. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It's emotional. And it's necessary. You will feel resistance. Not from the world. From yourself. Your old habits will drag your shirt like a stubborn child begging for attention. Your comfort zone will whisper like an ex who suddenly remembers they miss you. Your fears will speak louder than logic. Your doubts will replay every mistake like highlights in slow motion. This war is not proof that you're weak. It's proof that you're evolving. Every transformation demands a sacrifice. Your excuses, your laziness, your procrastination, your need for validation, your fear of failure, your desire for immediate results, your obsession with perfection, your addiction to comfort. You're not losing yourself. You're losing the version of yourself that kept you small. You're shedding your limitations like old skin. You're breaking patterns that have followed your family for generations. You're rewriting the script of your life in real time. Transformation is messy because rebirth is messy. But mess is not shame. It's progress. Chapter 17. The Power of One Decision. People think big change comes from a collection of huge decisions. No, it starts with one. Just one. One moment where you say, enough. Enough of fear. Enough of laziness. Enough of doubt. Enough of watching life pass by like the spectator. Enough of shrinking to make others comfortable. Enough of waiting for miracles while ignoring your part in the story. One decision can redirect your entire destiny. One decision to start training your mind. One decision to manage your money better. One decision to stop wasting your time. One decision to take your faith seriously. One decision to invest in yourself. One decision to stop giving excuses oxygen. One decision to finally bet on yourself. People underestimate the power of one clear decision, but that's how every great story begins. It's not lightning and explosions. It's not dramatic speeches. It's not an epiphany delivered by angels. It's quiet. It's simple. It's private. A moment where something inside you clicks, and you know you're done living the way you used to. That moment is happening to you right now.
Chapter 18. When you stop fighting the process and start trusting it. Growth isn't dramatic. It isn't glamorous. It's not enough to look motivated. You have to live motivated. The process will test you. It will stretch you.
It will humble you. It will demand that you rise when everything in you wants to sleep. It will ask for consistency on the days you feel empty. But here's the secret nobody wants to say out loud. The process works. Always. But only for those who stay with it long enough. You can't plant a seed today and cry tomorrow because it hasn't become a forest. You can't go to the gym twice and expect a six-pack. You can't read one chapter and expect wisdom beyond your years. Life rewards the persistent, not the dramatic. Every day you show up, something shifts. Every small effort compounds. Every quiet discipline builds strength. Every choice creates momentum. And eventually the results will appear so loudly that even you will wonder how you survived without them before. Trust the process. Not because it's easy, but because it's proven. Chapter 19. The moment your breakthrough starts moving toward you. People think breakthroughs arrive suddenly. No, breakthroughs arrive slowly, then appear suddenly. You don't see the spiritual shift happening when you choose discipline. You don't see the doors unlocking when you finally stop wasting your potential. You don't see the opportunities being aligned when you change your mindset. You don't see the divine preparation happening behind the scenes when you become serious with your life. Everything moves toward people who move. Life bends for people who refuse to bend for excuses. There's a moment, and it's coming, where everything you've prayed for will start gravitating toward you. Not by magic, not by luck, but because you've become the kind of person who can handle the blessing. Breakthroughs are not rewards. They're responsibilities. Life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you've become. Become the person your breakthrough is looking for. Chapter 20. The Rise. This is the part of the documentary where everything slows down, where the narrator's voice deepens, where the music drops into something beautiful and quiet, and you, yes, you, become the central character who finally steps into their own strength. You rise. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. Not because people suddenly supported you, but because you stopped needing their approval. Not because the path became clearer, but because you learned to walk through fog. Not because fear disappeared, but because you stopped letting fear drive. Rise. Rise from self-doubt. Rise from procrastination. Rise from mediocrity. Rise from limiting beliefs. Rise from old habits. Rise from your own shadows. Rise into the person God always knew you could be. Rise into the version of yourself that your younger self hoped you would become. Rise into the destiny that has been whispering your name for years. This is not motivation. This is alignment. Rise because your potential is tired of waiting for you. Rise because your spirit is tired of being underestimated. Rise because your destiny is tired of shrinking so you can fit into places you've already outgrown. And rise because you finally understand the truth. You are not ordinary. You are not stuck. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are becoming. Your story is not over, far from it. In fact, this is where it gets interesting. You have survived every challenge that tried to break you. You have endured storms that were designed to drown lesser people. You have carried burdens you didn't even talk about, and yet, here you are. Still standing, still breathing, still capable, still chosen, still becoming. Your rise is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And the when is now. Final word. This is your turning point. If you've listened up to this point, something inside you has already shifted, even if you don't feel it yet. This moment marks the line between your old life and your new one. Not tomorrow, not next year, not someday. Now. You are stepping into the season where your mind sharpens, your habits transform, your confidence grows, your discipline strengthens, your clarity increases, your spirit awakens, your results multiply, your purpose becomes undeniable. Your story is about to enter its most powerful chapter, and you are the one writing it. This is not the end of the documentary. This is the beginning of your comeback. Stand up, move forward, become the person your destiny has been waiting for. Your rise starts today.